So you end up doing like 5 episodes, right, on Sesame Street?
I went, I could have sworn it was more, but it probably, but then those 5 episodes, you gotta remember, them shits, it was like bam, 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 bam. It was 5 episodes, but it weren't all at once. That's why it felt like a long time,
Gotcha. Yeah. So
from what I remember.
so what was like the pay like during that time? Because you said that you guys struggled to pay for your dad's bail, right?
Well, mind you, my dad's bill was all that shit came out much later after Sesame Street. I
Oh,
was already
okay.
like in my early, like my 12, 11, 12. But Sesame Street, I asked my mom one time. Now you mentioned it wasn't that much back then. It was like maybe like $100 a show or some shit like that back then. If that, if that. I mean, and mind you, there's no residuals. What we
Mm,
get now, the royalties. At that time, that didn't exist.
yeah.
And at Sesame Street, they never reran them shits. And to this day, they don't rerun them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is that?
And it's nuts. I guess because it's not live, but it's educational for one, and there's, I mean, it's constant. It's constant. They might rerun them every once in a while, but not the old ones. Maybe like newer ones. And I just found out the other day that they're changing their format or something. I don't know. It's been a long time. To be honest with you, the only two surviving members of that cast right now is myself and Sonia Manzano, who played Maria. Everybody else that we started with has passed away. God forbid. I mean, unfortunately.
So after Sesame Street, you're doing like a bunch of like commercials, is that right? In like smaller
Oh
parts?
man, yeah, I did so many commercials, bro. I can't even remember. I did commercials for Peter Paul candies. I did a commercial with Willie Mays for Tab Soda. I did a commercial with Joe Garagiola, ex-baseball player, for the life insurance thing. I did one of the biggest ones I did was a thing called the Bowery Savings Bank. It was one of the biggest banks in New York at the time, and Joe DiMaggio was the spokesman for them. Right? So I did like 4 of those with Joe, and he was my hero. He's a Yankee Clipper, man. I was a Yankee. I'm a Yankee fan. I'm from the Bronx.
Right.
I was like, yeah, man. And they not only was it a TV commercial, it ran like a mother, like crazy. And then we had newspaper ads. When you go to the subways in New York back then, I would go to school on the train. I was like, and my mom would look at me. She was, don't look, because people were looking at me and looking at the poster, and it was us on the subway, a picture of the show. And my mom was like, okay, and people were like, damn, that looks like that kid. It was funny though. It was crazy. And I was like, man, I'm on the train. Now that in retrospect, when you think about it, it was surreal. I was a kid. What the fuck do I know? I look, I said, oh shit, what am I doing in the train?
So after that, you were in so many different TV series and movies. It was like back to back. So what was that experience like for you as a child at that time? Did you feel excited, or you felt like you were missing out on your childhood because you were working?
A little bit of both, man. It was exciting. It was fun because I liked what I did. But there were times of, fuck, man, I wanted to hang out with my boys. There was that when I was like 15, 16, I joined Rocksteady, right? The Rocksteady crew in New York. But it got to the point where I wasn't doing the rehearsals. We weren't doing our shit. So they kind of didn't oust me, but I was like, I don't remember at the time. But those are the things that you for. But then again, I liked what like I'd get a call, say, oh, you got to shoot tomorrow. I'd be like, yeah, man. If it was a 6 o'clock in the morning call, I'd be in bed by 8. I was up at 4:30, just excited, ready to go to work. So it went both ways.
So you definitely felt like happy about what you were doing, but at the same time, there were times that you felt that you didn't want to do it, or that you would rather be doing something else.
No, I mean, not that I didn't want to do it. I loved that more than anything else. But it's like a kid. It's like if it's raining and you got a baseball game, it's like, fuck, man, I was hitting the rain, but you can't do nothing about it. You know.
Gotcha.
And that was the case. And there were times like during like Christmas time, or like the summer. My when we lived in Cali, my sisters and brothers would go to New York and stay with my grandparents. But I was doing a movie or a TV show, so I couldn't go. And I'm like, fuck. But I would still have fun doing my shit. But I miss hanging out with my boys.
How was like your family reacting to your success? Like, was your siblings happy for you, or did they feel some type of way that you were being?
No, not at all. On the contrary, they were always positive. They were always proud of me. My little brother was like the biggest fan of mine. My sisters were like, yeah, that's my brother. My sister was like, her friends were like, hey, your brother's cute and this and that. And she's older than me, right? Especially my older sister. Yeah. She goes, wow, how blah, blah, blah. My sister, man, just step the fuck back. Just step off. And then she did have one really, really cute friend that I really liked a lot too. I was like in what, ninth grade and shit. My sister was in 11th. Yeah, she was 2 grades out higher than me. I'm like, Anna, hook me up with your friend. She was, no, you better stop.
So
But no, they never, to this day, man, they're the proudest brothers and sisters. Even my siblings, my biological siblings from my dad, my real dad, biggest fans of mine, and I appreciate that. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm just a person. You know, the difference between my job and theirs is that actually they really get paychecks now. You know, as an actor, you work here, you work there, you don't work, you don't. Right now, we're on strike. I ain't getting shit. None of us are working. Prior to that, you know, it's hard to get it, especially as being an Hispanic or an actor of color, so to speak, an ethnic actor. The jobs were few and far between. You're either a gang leader or fucking, you know, a little Mexican runaway, thief, you know, all that shit. So they didn't write as much. Now, God, thank God, you know, you see some of us Hispanic actors, black actors, Asian actors. We're actually playing doctors, lawyers, cops. You know, the opposite, which is better. You know,
Right,
we broke
right.
that mold finally.